The show has begun. Set your phasers to fun. You're guaranteed for a trip. Slip into the decon with Connor and Dom. It's the Decon Chamber.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Trekkies and Trekkers, welcome back to another episode of the Decon Chamber. I'm your co-host Dominic Keating, joined as always by my fellow chamber pot, Mr. Connor Trinneer.
Hey yo!
Hey, we're super excited to have in the chamber. Well, many of you know him, of course, as Voyager's first officer, Commander Chakotay. Try saying that 7 times fast in the turbo lift. Who helped lead the crew through 7 enviable seasons in the Delta Quadrant. But Robert's career stretches far beyond Star Trek. He made his first mark in film with a breakout performance in a wonderful movie called Eating Raoul, and has since appeared in a wide range of movies and television projects. He's also an accomplished stage actor with a long history of performing and directing theatre, particularly in the works of Shakespeare and other classic dramatists. He has played Hamlet. Please give us a big Decon welcoming chamber to Mr. Robert Beltran.
To be.
Yes, how about that? I mean,
Thank you. Hey guys, it's great to see you. Great to see you.
Thank you, mate.
Good to see you, Robert.
Good to see you, man.
It's really nice that you can make the time, and we've been sort of, back and forthing on this for a while, and it's really great to have you on finally. How old were you when you played Hamlet?
Too old.
Too old. You weren't Olivier old, but you were.
Actually, Olivier was about 40 when he did it, and I was about, that was my how old I was.
All right.
But
did you do it?
I didn't look 40.
You've always looked pretty young.
32 probably.
Right. Yeah.
But I'm convinced that now that Hamlet, depending on the interpretation of the Gravedigger's dialogue that he has with Hamlet, he's either. You can say he was either 33 or around there, or 18, 19.
Yeah, I mean, he's a mature student in many productions, as it were. And
problem is, getting an 18-year-old, 19-year-old actor to get everything out of Hamlet, it's very difficult.
That's not easy.
Yeah. No. Well, as Dom, you've said before, when they look at a young actor, they say to test their mettle, put a crown on them.
Put a crown on his head. Let's
see how he'll do.
Yeah, indeed.
Did you do Hamlet at all, Dom?
I did it at school, but I played Laertes.
I did too.
Much to my mother's chagrin. She never forgave that teacher that gave the part to Robert Mitchum. Hi, Robert.
And you played Laertes too, Connor?
Yeah, I played Laertes and the Player King because they never crossed paths.
Yeah.
My Hamlet was 55. I was a robust 24, and it was very clear that in that fight that who would win.
Right. Yeah, he didn't quite make the jump underneath the oil.
Right.
Ow, that hurt.
He had a cane. I don't know if that says anything, but he had a cane.
Did you do that production of Hamlet with the not the East LA Theatre Lab? What was it? The
Actors Gang, wasn't it?
I did it with the Actors Gang.
Actors Gang.
Well, actually, at the Actors Gang Theater, I rented it from them. And I think I used a couple of actors that had worked there with them, but it was not a co-production with the Actors Gang Theater. No, I was getting to the point where in my career I said I've got to play Hamlet. I've always wanted to play it, right? I've got to play Hamlet before I get too old to do it. So it was 97 during the hiatus of Voyager. I just got some actor friends together, and we did a production.
That's quite something. That really is. Well, let's go back in time a little bit. You come from Bakersfield, and you come from a massive family. You've got 7 brothers and 2 sisters.
Yeah, 7 brothers, 2 sisters.
Yeah, I mean,
where do you fall in?
Well, out of the 10 of us, I was number 7.
All right. It's lights, the seventh son of a seventh son.
Not quite, but
Not
yeah.
quite, but that's always very in Irish folklore. That's very
Yeah.
vicious. So what? I mean, where does a kid growing up in Bakersfield in a family of 10 get the idea that this is something that he might want to do?
Well, you go to the movies.
Right.
Go to the movies a lot, and I remember every Saturday being at the Home Theater and watching great movies and thinking, just in the back of my head, I more wanted to be an athlete. I wanted to be either a baseball player or a football player. But you start thinking, that would be fun. Yeah, one of the first movies that I really was thinking in the back of my mind that I'd really like maybe to do that was From Here to Eternity.
All right.
And it was
you were born in 53, so you just got those years on us a little bit. You saw those classic films in the cinema.
Yes. Yeah. Big old-fashioned theaters, right? And Montgomery Clift in that movie just blew me away. Yeah, so various films after that. I always loved going to movies. And then I did theater in junior high school and high school. A lot of musicals, and sang in the choir, and just had a lot of opportunities to perform. And then when I left high school, I was recruited to go to play quarterback for Porterville College. Small.
Where's Porterville?
Porterville, yeah. I was waiting for that question.
You mean the Squirrels?
The Porterville Squirrels. It's about 50, 60 miles northeast of Bakersfield. And it had a thriving junior college football program. And in fact, a very good quarterback coach that they had. Two of their previous quarterbacks had gone on to play NCAA Division II colleges, but I didn't really want to go to live in Porterville, so I just I thought, well, I'll take a year off, and I went to junior college. I went to Bakersfield College, and they were doing a production of Romeo and Juliet. And I thought, wow, I'd like to, maybe I can do some sword fighting. So I auditioned for Tybalt.
All right.
And I got the role.
Great.
Yeah. So I forgot about playing football, and as much as I missed it, I just loved the theater that much more.
That's a bit Connor's story too.
I did the same thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. I played football in college for a couple of years and tripped over acting, and I'd never done it before. I had no experience, but we've told the story before that literally I found the theater and quit football the next day.
I was going to be a professional cricketer.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
Robert, was this encouraged by your family? You did it in junior high and.
Well, my mom and my dad were divorced when I was really young, so my mom always.
Well, they made good time at the time they were married. Then, I mean, just saying.
Yeah, you could say that. But my mother always said that she had a secret desire to be an actress, and she was a musician. She played piano and guitar. Actually, my father was a pretty good musician too.
Well, because your brother Louis went on to have real success, didn't he? Yeah.
Yeah. He's still playing.
Yeah, God bless.
So nobody really encouraged me. Nobody really discouraged me. It was always thought that I was going to. I was majoring in political science. And that was, but after a while, that just became a front for because all I do,
I think political science studies is a front for a lot of things.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Yeah, so
we don't have it in England, so it's one of those spurious subjects that the English go, really? You can study that in America? You mean there's a course on the Spice Girls?
Yeah.
Amazing. I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it.
So you went to college in Fresno, didn't you? And you did theater. You majored in theater there, right?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
I first went to Bakersfield College and did a lot of theater. It was a very thriving theater department at Bakersfield College. It was run by a guy named Robert Chapman, Dr. Robert Chapman, terrific guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then I decided I had to get a BA, so I heard that Fresno State had a really great theater department, and I wasn't disappointed at all. It was one of the top theater departments in the country, surprisingly, and not too big, because I had also checked into the UCLA theater department. It was just humongous. It was very
Just in numbers, just in the
kind of corporate, you know.
Right.
And so Fresno, it was very it was like maybe 50 to 100. I don't remember exactly, but it was a smaller theater department, so you were able to do a lot of different things. I had a great time. Yeah. But
Did you have a mentor? Because it happens to all of us. You know, Dom, you talk about that
Chris
review.
Richardson was my guy at school. Yeah.
William Beckbar for me when I was at my undergrad, and there's always someone who gives you sort of the positive
The wind
vibes
under the wings
that make you want to dive into this ridiculous business.
Yeah.
Well, I mentioned Dr. Chapman at Bakersfield College. He took a real interest in me. In fact, when I went into his office to audition for Tybalt, he looked at me and he said, "Well, why don't you want to play Romeo?" And I said, "I'm just not interested. I'd like to do some sword fighting." And he said, "Okay, do you have 10 minutes or 5 minutes? I just have to step out. I'll be right back." And he came back 10 minutes later with this beautiful blonde girl. And he said, "Look,
would you like to sword fight?"
I know you're only interested in Tybalt, but could you work with Barbara, because she wants to play Juliet, and I thought maybe you could help her out by playing Romeo." And I said, "Yeah, I could do that."
But the sword.
we worked on our scenes, and we auditioned the next day. And you know how theater people are. They're out there in the audience, and it's very exciting. And I had never auditioned like that before, but we did. We went through 2 scenes, the balcony scene and the bedroom scene. And when it was over, I could not believe what a high I was on. It was just not only because of Barbara, which is beautiful, but I was, because we were going to audition that next day. I memorized these scenes very easily, and I think I was dreaming these scenes. So that when we showed up for audition, she was surprised that I was totally memorized. People were still reading from the book.
All right.
And that was a terrific experience. So after that, Dr. Chapman, he got me alone in the theater once, and he said, he asked me some questions about my personal life, and then he said, "Do a couple of somersaults, or do some." And I was like, "Okay." And then he said, "Climb that rope," and I climbed the rope, and he goes, and I never asked him why he wanted me to do this, but I think that he saw some kind of that I was a little contained, too self-conscious, and he wanted me to, break out. But anyway, if I had a mentor, it was him. He cast me in a lot of variety of roles, and I was appreciated him. He was still to this day one of the top directors I've ever worked with. So,
is he still alive? Still with us?
Oh no, unfortunately, he's gone.
How long were you there? 2 years? 3 years?
I did. It was 3 years, because I was working, so I wasn't always going to school full time, and then I went to Then I transferred to Fresno.
And then what happens after that? How quickly do you decide to not go to New York and come straight to LA? And
Yeah, my final year at Fresno, 1979, I was in the spring. They started a totally professional Shakespeare company called the California Shakespeare Festival, and it was in Visalia, about 30 miles from Fresno. They call it the gateway to Sequoia, right?
yeah,
And the plan was to found another another Oregon Shakespeare Festival.
that's right. I think was it Andy Robinson was telling us about this a while back. Someone like that. Vasalia's come up before.
Jeff Combs and I
Jeff
met.
Combs, yeah.
It was Jeff, wasn't it? Yes, that's
Yeah.
right.
Did that become part of the PCPA, or was that separate?
That was separate.
That was separate.
A different thing, yeah. Anyway, so I was a student. My final spring there, I was going to graduate, and these auditions came up for this company, and so I auditioned and I got chosen, and but they started rehearsal very, very soon after, so I had to quit school. I had to make a choice: do I graduate or do I join the California?
It's a decision. Yeah, right.
It wasn't a big decision for me at all. I was like,
Wasn't
yeah,
it?
I'm going. And so when the lady called me, the one of the producers, she called me and she said, she was a British woman, Dominic. She said, Robert, I've got some bad news and I've got some good news. And I said, okay, tell me the bad news. She said,
You're American.
no. I said, tell me the good news. She said, we would like you to be in the company. And I said, what's the bad news? She said, we can only pay you $100 a week.
And you're like, really?
No, I had never made $100 a week. I went through the roof.
I swear to God, I love those early days.
Honestly,
If
man.
they only knew it, that we'd have done it for nothing, wouldn't we? I mean, really. Yeah.
$100 a week, but I wasn't in the professional company. I was in the journeyman. I was a journeyman.
All right.
That was the first year, and then the second year I was in the company, and that's when I was working with Jeff.
Buying new boots and a new leather jacket and all the stuff actors do when they get their first gig.
Was the first year, were you then non-equity your first year and then you were equity your second year, or?
Yeah, first year non-equity. Second year, I was chosen to do a tour of scenes from Shakespeare that was advertising the new company there in Visalia. So we traveled up and down California, and then when that was over, we went right into the season that year.
It's great training doing that, isn't it? It really is.
Yeah, fantastic.
You know, to be in a company like that and understand, the different sort of characters and, personalities and how it all fits together and doing the hard work, setting it up and striking it down.
Were you in rep? Were you in rep doing multiple shows at a sort of time and rotation?
Well, we were like 5 actors just doing scenes from Shakespeare. One was the theme was the tragedies. One we were doing an evening of scenes from the tragedies, or we were doing an evening from the comedies, scenes from the comedies, and but I was in rep with the regular season, but that was just we were doing. My first year we did Romeo and Juliet and Taming of the Shrew, and the second year we did Hamlet and Midsummer Night's Dream.
Very cool. There you go. I mean, that's that training on stage like that, particularly in the classics. I mean, it lends its hand, particularly when you come to a show like Star Trek. I think.
I think so too. Yeah, I think
it's
so.
Heightened drama, and I think we're the three of us here have all started we scratched our way on stage to start with, and I think that shows when you come to a piece like a Star Trek show.
Well, I've heard that the producers on Star Trek always wanted
They
stage
prefer, didn't they?
trained actors.
Yeah.
And I think that's true.
Hey guys, Dominic here.
Connor here.
And look what we've got here, guys. Oh, Porthos. I know it's a little early,
Ho, ho, ho.
but the holidays will be upon us before you know it. This is a first of a run of a few new t-shirts that we've come up with, and we hope you really like it. And
We've got several more coming in our catalog on the website, and check those out.
All
And
really
in the
good.
meantime, for the holidays.
yes.
For the holidays.
Most
So
of
you
the-
come to LA, and it's not long. Zoot Suit was your first film, wasn't it?
Zoot Suit was the
It had
first.
come from Broadway, hadn't it?
Yes.
If I'm right in saying, yeah.
Well, it ran for 2 years here in LA, and huge hit. I didn't see it in Los Angeles. I actually saw it in New York, and it didn't have a very long run in New York. But then they came back and started filming. The guy who wrote it, I don't know if you've heard Luis Valdez, did La Bamba,
Yeah.
and a few other films. Terrific guy. I was doing a play up at his company was called El Teatro Campesino, and I was doing a play. I had always wanted to work with him. I saw his touring company when I was at Bakersfield College, and they were incredible. And so I thought I would really like to work with him. And I was doing a play, and he was preparing the screenplay for Zoot Suit, and he asked me to do a small role in it. And it's a very small role, but it got me to LA. And while I was doing that role, filming it, it was like 4 or 5 days in Los Angeles. My agent called me with an audition at the Taper, for the Taper, some play. I didn't get it, but the casting director said, I'm also casting a movie called Eating Raoul, and I think you'd be perfect for the lead role. They had been trying to cast it for a while, that role of Raoul. So he got me in touch with the director, Paul Bartell, and I read for them, him and the producers and the writers, and got the role.
So you were shooing for it, I'm sure. I mean,
Yeah. What did you think when you read the script the first time? Now I know that young people, as soon as they get out there, will take anything. I just rewatched it yesterday. I watched it years and years and years ago, and it is, one, very good, and two, completely wackadoodle.
I'm a hot-blooded, emotional, crazy Chicano.
yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But for 1982, I mean, it was a massive hit in London. If you hadn't seen Eating Raoul in the community, the sort of people I ran with, you were an idiot. You really were. An independent piece of film like that I mean, it broke so many barriers, and it was so ahead of its time.
Well, at the time, there was only, you remember the film Harold and Maude?
Yeah.
Well, it had the same kind of, Harold and Maude was a very low budget film that made a lot of money, right? And a very interesting, not run of the mill theme and storyline.
Hal Ashby.
Yeah, that's right.
Hal Ashby. Yeah.
Early, very early, yeah.
And the same thing with Eating Raoul, except I think we had even a much smaller budget.
And it cleaned up, didn't it? I mean, how many films had Paul Bartell made before doing Eating Raoul? Because I noticed he did 17 movies all told, and I was like, wow.
Yeah, a lot of, well, he had done maybe 3 or 4 films before Eating Raoul. He did a film called Death Race 2000.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah, Death Race
Oh, yeah.
2000.
I know that, right. How was he financing these films? I mean, just privately?
His own sources, and I think his father was a wealthy man who helped him out quite a bit. But Death Race 2000, I watched it after working with the Teatro Campesino. I was out of work, so I went home and I asked my mom, "Mom, can I stay here for a while?" And of course, she let me. But my girlfriend and I went to the drive-in theater to see Death Race 2000 because we heard it was really funny, and it was hilarious. Well, shortly after seeing it, I got a phone call from Paul Bartell, who said, he got my number from Eugene Blythe, the casting director at the Taper. He said, "Robert, I would like for you to read for my film Eating Raoul." And it came out of the blue. And I said, "No, hey, I don't do those kind of films. I'm not not interested." He goes, "Oh, no.
You've always been difficult. We're getting to that later, mate.
He said, "Oh, no, it's perfectly legitimate." And I said, "Well, what else have you done? Is there anything else I might have seen?" He goes, "Well, you might have seen Death Race 2000. I said, "Death Race 2000? I just saw it the other day." "Okay, I'm in. Let me read it. So
Incredible.
That's how it happened, actually. He called. Yeah.
That's great. I mean, what a cast too. Mary Woronov. I mean, it was she's kind of royalty. I mean, I had to remind myself who she was, but I mean, she was there at the factory in the '60s with with your man, and she did.
She's a brilliant artist. She's a brilliant painter, Dominic. Excuse me, I don't mean to interrupt you.
Yeah, she is a brilliant painter. Yeah,
and writer, brilliant writer.
Yeah.
And
was it just great fun working with them? It looked like it was a blast.
It was. The problem for me was that I was broke, and we would shoot. The first time I shot, it was for 4 days, and then Paul said, "All right, Robert, well, I'll call you when we're ready to shoot again." Well, it was 3 months before he called me again.
A bit like that, was it? Right. Yeah.
So I came back after that break and shot about 5 days, and then we had another small break, and then I finished it out. So it was an unusual process. But yes, it was fun.
Some lovely performances. Ed Begley Jr. as the hippie, Mark is fantastic. Who else did that? Susan Sager as the dominatrix was wonderful. Absolutely hilarious. And who else did I note? I loved John Paragon, who played the sex shop owner. Was just steel stealing. I mean, it was great stuff.
It was great. It was great.
Yeah, I mean, really was. I mean, that must have. Did you? I mean, let me ask you this, and I hope it's not too pointed, but as an Hispanic actor in 1980 something. I mean, were you getting a lot of offers? Were you getting, was it tricky?
Well,
if you weren't going to play
so I had, I did Eating Raoul and Zoot without an agent. I didn't have an agent. It wasn't until my friend said, he asked me, "Who's your agent?" I said, "I don't know. I don't have an agent. Do I need an agent?" And he said, "Yeah, you need an agent." So why? And he explained it. I mean, I was really green, really, really green. And so he took me to his agency,
Business-wise green. I mean, before we came on live, I mean, when you come on the screen on Eating Raoul, the minute you arrive in that first scene, it's like, oh, okay. No disrespect to Mr. Bartell, but now there's an actor on the screen, as it were. God rest his soul.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? You really, suddenly, you can always tell when someone shows up. There they are.
Yeah. What was I talking about anyway?
Agents and the lack of.
Yeah. So he introduced me to his agent, and I went into her office. She was like, "Yeah, so I hear you're an actor," and she was like, uninterested. She said, "So, what have you done?" I said, "Well, right now I'm my film Eating Raoul is being shown." And she goes, "You're in Eating Raoul? Sign right here, right?"
Yeah.
You go, they're heat-seeking missiles, aren't they? They really are. The minute they think you're hot, boom.
So, as far as being a Hispanic man in the business, it was interesting for me because I started working immediately. It was I had when I got to LA, it was just a lucky thing.
Right.
Up to Star Trek, I worked a lot, and
I mean, you didn't stop. I mean, really.
yeah. And so I didn't feel like I was. I mean, everybody gets typecast, so I figured I knew I was going to be playing Hispanic roles, and that's okay with me as long as they're good roles. I don't care. I played American Indian, I played Greek, I played Italian. I don't really care as long as they have some substance to them, right? And so, in fact, I was going to do a film. I was already cast. The director was. It was a Scott Glenn, Lou Diamond Phillips movie, and it wasn't a big role, but it had a nice through line, and I thought I could do something good with it. So I went to a costume fitting, and then the costumer said, "Robert, the director would like to speak to you." No, an assistant came in said, "Here's the new script." So while I was waiting for the costumer, I was flipping through it, and I noticed there was a scene gone that my character was in. And I called my agent and I said, "You got to get me out of this film. They've changed it, and I'm not going to do it." Why? Well, he was shocked. I said, "Well, they took out the middle scene here. I don't have a through line anymore. It doesn't make any sense." And he said, "Oh, well, couldn't you just do it, Robert?" I said, No, do it. I hadn't signed anything yet, right? And so the director called me after my agent called him and said, "Robert, come on. Yeah, what? Come on, you got to do the film." And I said, No, I'm not going to do the film unless you put that scene back. He goes, "No, we don't need the scene, But I said, "No, I need the scene, that my character, if I'm going to play this role, I need that scene because I need a through line. Otherwise, I don't need to do this film." That guy got so pissed off at me, and I just listened to him, and I said, "Well, if you put the scene in, I'm in the film. If you're not going to put it in, forget it. Find somebody else."
Ballsy. I mean, I can't say I've ever had that kind of.
I was working a lot, and so I didn't have to take whatever role came my way, And so, as a Hispanic actor, I know there are a lot of my friends, fellow Latino actors, had a really, really hard time during those, and they still do.
Yeah.
There's a dearth of parts for Latino actors, always has been. But I was lucky, and I got to work. And but I know that others, a lot of them, had a hard time.
Not so fortunate. A lot of it, we've talked about this many times as actors. The luck factor is extraordinarily important. Those early breakout roles that just set you apart and get you 3 rungs up the ladder, they matter a lot. So we come to Voyager, and you're asked to play a Native American. What did you think when you was it an offer, or did you have to audition?
No, I auditioned.
You did?
Yeah.
What was the character description? I'm curious. They're always so interesting. What was the character description of?
I think it did mention something about spiritual or definitely Native American. Maquis. I think the Maquis angle was more important in the description of the character than
certainly for the pilot. It wasn't it? Yeah, the freedom fighter aspect. Yeah.
Well, from what I understand, they had been looking for women to play the Chakotay role, the first officer role, and they decided.
Even bearing in mind that they wanted Geneviève Bujold to play the captain as well. They were thinking of putting 2 ladies together. Wow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
quite forward thinking for Star Trek in 1990.
Really?
Was
Very much, yeah, very much so. And so when I auditioned, Geneviève Bujold was going to be the captain, and that's what won it for me. That's why I wanted to be there, because I wanted to be with her. Man, I'd seen her in, for instance, Anne of the Thousand Days. Have you seen that film?
Luminescent.
Yeah.
Just luminescent in that film. I mean, really. Yeah.
Just beautiful. So I wanted to work with her. And I was very, very disappointed when she quit. But I did audition. I had 3 auditions.
Did you do some scenes with her at all?
No.
No. So you never sort of came across the fact that, like, ooh, this is disappearing, you know.
We only passed.
Horribly.
We only passed on the set. I was doing tattoo experiments with Michael Westmore, and she was shooting already. I think Tim was shooting with her and Robbie. I passed her one day, and she had this glazed look in her eyes. And I had already heard rumors that maybe she wasn't going to be around for too long. When I saw her with those glazed eyes, when I passed her, I thought, well, wow, too bad.
Yeah.
But everybody criticized this scene that has been shown of her on the bridge, saying fire, instead of like what Patrick Stewart would do, or even Kate.
Yeah.
Fire.
Yeah.
And I saw her do that. I was behind the camera watching her do that, and I thought, that's so brave. That is brave. That's a brave choice. Everybody made fun of her, but I thought, okay, anybody can do fire, you know.
Sure.
But can you summon up what she did?
Who directed your pilot? If you don't mind, I forget who it was. Do you remember who
That was the German.
was it Colby?
Yeah.
Rick.
Yeah, it was. I mean, do you think? I mean, no disrespect to Rick, but do you think he didn't know how to shoot her? That he couldn't find the intensity that you saw even from the back of her?
I think that they anticipated that she had a slower rhythm for TV than what is necessary to shoot a film, to shoot,
yeah, you're shooting 1 page a day on a movie of thousands, and you're shooting 7.5 to 8, maybe 9, on a bad day of a TV show, and it's a lot.
That's what I think. I think that, and I think that her choices were so unusual that they thought this may not work. I think they wanted that kind of, I don't want to say stereotypical, because Kate ended up being a very good captain, but Geneviève would have brought something totally new, totally original, unique.
Maybe she just needed to sort of, get warmed up, but I think if you're not used to that workload and it becomes a Damoclean sword, hanging over your head every day, that can I get through the day?
What was the period of time when it was clear she wasn't going to work out to getting Kate? That must have been a strange, you're on a series now, you're on a thing that you're thinking is going to go for 7 years, and you've got this real crisis that occurs, and what was the energy around that on set? And
well, we didn't really know each other, I didn't know any of the actors, the regular actors, and so it was very off-putting. I think that we stopped shooting for at the most maybe 7 days until they brought in the new captain, and then Kate came along, and everything gelled after that pretty fast. But it just seemed I was just like, you throw up your hands, go, what? Come on, can't we just do a series and get on with it? But It was very unusual for sure, but none of us really knew each other that well. I knew of some of the actors like Picardo, Roxanne. I knew of, but yeah, it was.
But as a cast, was there a good cohesion right away, just as a cast?
Yeah, I think so, and that was verified by a lot of the crew members who had also worked on Deep Space Nine and Next Generation. Several of them came up to me and said, "Man, you guys, it's like you guys have been around together for years."
Yeah, they said that to us.
Maybe they say it to everybody. Yeah,
And we all hated each other.
Did you really?
No, we didn't know. We actually was very good from the first.
No, but of all the casts, you had the most disruptions. You had one. You lost a cast member, and then Jerry coming in was a thing.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
and so you guys had some
there was
disruption.
7 days there, wasn't there? seven of 9 days.
Yeah, that was that's right. Losing Jennifer was.
Yeah, God bless that girl. I mean, she was so talented and so lovely, and it's just
Was very talented. Very talented.
It can go. Mental issues, man. It's
like it's just television. That pace is not for everybody. Some people.
No, I'm looking at. I mean, it didn't take me too long to figure out that they didn't want much input from the cast.
Yeah.
And you're working for the man. Shut up.
Yeah,
lines,
exactly.
And go home, babe, and do the best you can. Now, you didn't sit down. You didn't lie down and take it easy, did you? I mean, did you or didn't you? I've only ever heard stories, Robert. So
about what?
Well, just that you were not difficult, but you had interpretations. You had ideas that they weren't always keen to hear about.
Well, actually, that's not true. I hardly ever called the producer.
Did you hardly ever call, right?
I only called Jerry Taylor once with a suggestion that she thought was good, and she incorporated it. I called David, forgot his name.
Livingston?
David Livingston, yeah. Right. I called him once before this Chakotay-centered episode that he was going to direct. And he lied to me. I showed up on the set, and he didn't do what he said he was going to do. And I was like, oh, boy.
Which episode was that? Do you remember?
It was the episode called Maneuvers. And it was where Seska takes off, and I go looking for her. And the bad guys, what are they called? The guys with the
Kazon?
the Kazon.
They were your Klingons, weren't they?
They capture me, and they put me in this chair, and they beat me up, right? Well, my suggestion to David Livingston was, how about if we get about 8 or 10 or 12 Kazon guys, you're going to have extras, right? And he goes, oh, yeah, we're going to have extras. Okay, so what if, instead of being seated on this chair and slapped around, what if 10 or 12 Kazon are just beating the shit out of me?
Mm-hmm.
I said, wouldn't that be really amazing? They throw me to one guy, pow, throw me to another guy, kick, pow, I'm on the floor, and it's how much more exciting than just sitting in the chair, And he said, yeah, that sounds good. Well, the chair was waiting for me when.
Yeah, the line producer in him went, yeah, the chair's cheaper.
yeah, exactly. So
leather sitting right there.
Yeah. He's a good director.
Probably a stunt coordinator would have been needed too, but anyway.
Yeah.
The truth is, I hardly ever called the producers. I avoided them if I could.
Well, then okay, I'll say it again. I mean, were you ultimately disgruntled by the part you got to fill in that show, and that they underused you or
let me tell you how all that got started. It's very short. When you go to these conventions, you have a full audience out there, and you want to be entertaining, right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
My battery's getting low. Let me change.
Okay. Yeah, I've said some shit too, mate.
Yeah. So you're entertaining them, and you're saying stuff, and you're being irreverent about the show and all that stuff, and they're laughing and all that stuff. And so I said some funny stuff about is this okay? You guys okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Perfect.
I said some stuff about you know, the writing, especially, which was I truly believed was not good after Jerry Taylor and Michael Piller left.
All right.
But it was fun and games. I didn't really care. You know what? I loved my days off.
Right.
I
Similar.
loved it when I had an episode and I just had 2 or 3 scenes. I didn't complain about that at all. I loved it. So it got around that I hated Voyager, and that it was all joking. That, of course, fans some don't know how to take it, don't know irony, you know. So that's really how it happened, and I loved working on the show. I loved the cast and the crew. The writing was not something that I was particularly impressed with, and I figured at the time I didn't care if they fired me. I don't know. I didn't think they would, and I don't think my criticisms were so outrageous. My criticism of the writing was just every episode with 7 and 9 and the captain is exactly the same. You will do this. No, I won't. You will.
No, I won't.
Yeah, you will. No.
And I'll tell you why I won't.
I mean, reams of dialogue of the same thing over and over and over.
Oh, I know, but I mean, God knows they were already in the 15th year of a variation of a theme by the time, you know.
That's right.
I mean, God knows, and that's why you did 7 years and we only did 4. So suck it up, bitch.
Yeah, no, I totally get it, but at the same time, you know, it gets a little boring on the bridge, as you guys know.
Yeah, they can be long days. Yeah, yeah.
And when they finally get to you in the 13th hour of the evening, and you say 200 enemy ships approaching, Captain.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. It's a long day.
I mean, we're all human, you know. I mean, look, we look, yeah, long days are long days, and sometimes people get, you know, a little hot under their collar or sparkly or spiky or whatever you want to call it. But you know, I mean, to run 7 years on something, granted, you're going to have great swaths of time where you're like, meh, I'm getting paid. What do I care?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, Judge Judy's on.
Yeah.
Very important case on Judge Judy. I'll be out in a minute.
Well, you know, I always had plenty of books to read in my trailer, and I learned how to compose. I was learning how to compose.
Did you?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
We wanted to take this moment to shout out a good friend of the Decon Chamber.
Yes, our Patreon executive producer, Mr. Chris Garris.
Woo!
He also hosts The Transporter Room, a new Star Trek interview series.
It's a space for deep dives, behind-the-scenes stories, and conversations with Trek veterans such as ourselves.
Oh, speak for yourself.
Well,
I'm a veteran.
You are.
So, do yourself a favour and beam over to The Transporter Room on YouTube.
So, play? I mean, getting back to your brother, I mean, he's worked with some incredible people, I noticed. Tito Puente and Smokey Robinson, Stevie Wonder. Who's that Cuban percussionist? Really famous black dude. I can't remember his name now, but he's really worked with some greats. Is he still doing it? Is he still with us and still?
Oh, yeah. He's still playing, still very busy. Yeah. He's had a great career. Still
Do you play?
I don't. I play a little piano. I play a little guitar. I learned how to play guitar so that I could take out the easy song books of the 60s.
Yeah, right.
But you learned how to compose. You read music, I take it then. And,
Yeah,
yeah.
I know how to compose. I mean, a certain style. I wanted to learn how to compose for four-part chorus because I sang in choirs from fourth grade all the way through my second year in college, and I loved music, classical, Mozart and Beethoven and Bach especially.
Yeah.
So I wanted to learn how to do that, and I taught myself. I got all the material that I.
Extraordinary. Well done.
Yeah, most of it, I wouldn't let anybody see, but there's maybe 4 or 5 pieces that I wouldn't mind.
What are they written for? Are they written for guitar or for piano? Or
No, they were written for a 4-part chorus: soprano, alto, tenor, and bass.
Right, do you still sing for shits and giggles? And
I do.
yeah,
I
good.
do. I always try to keep my voice in shape in case something happens, or I'm drunk at a bar and karaoke is going on.
Yes.
You should come next time you're at a convention. We're all there together because Colin and I host the karaoke night.
I didn't know that.
Dude, you got to come around. Yeah,
I would love to.
we're sick of Bobby Beltran. Not Bobby Bobby.
Picardo?
The doctor. Ricardo. He'll always come and get his skirt on. So it's about time. It's about time. Yeah, you show up. We do it usually in Vegas. It's usually on the Thursday night, I think. Want to say. But next time,
that's why you haven't seen me. Then that's why you haven't seen me, because I come in on Friday and do everything I need to do on Saturday, and then I fly out on Saturday.
Right.
I don't like Vegas, but maybe if you guys are going to do it, I'll come in and do it earlier. I mean,
next time there's an opportunity, you've got to come and sing. We'd love to hear that.
Yeah,
Okay.
that'd be great.
Anything in the works? Are you fielding anything at the moment, or?
No, nothing.
Well, that makes 3 of us.
It's a really bad.
Not easy right now, is it?
It's awful.
It really is. It's,
but I'm a little older than you guys. I'm retired. I'm 71 years old, and
you've got a daughter, haven't you? How old's your daughter? Is she a teenager now?
She's a freshman in high school.
Wow.
14.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm enjoying my retirement, and if something comes up that I like the fact that you can now audition from your phone, right?
Yeah, that's
Really
nice.
nice, instead of driving to Santa Monica. God.
It's a double-edged sword. I will say
A
that.
little bit.
Yeah.
The drive was a bitch, but being in the room to impress was always like,
Yes.
I don't think I ever once got a role where I was not given a note. And the problem with putting it on your camera phone is that you don't get a note.
No notes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the hard part.
I get my now wife Sarah to just go off screen and go, I wonder, could you try and do it better? do you know Judi Dench?
Well, my wife is German, so she's doing the off-screen voices with a heavy German accent.
That's brilliant. Like a proper casting director.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. I didn't know that your wife was German. That's
so Robert, where are the children?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you learned to speak any? Do you sprechen Sie?
No, I don't. I really don't. I learned all the German that I was going to learn from Hogan's Heroes and World War II.
Schnell.
Nein.
Yeah.
We shouldn't make this too. It's over.
Yeah, I mean, I always ask them to help me, but they're like, "Oh, Daddy, just forget about it. We all speak English. We'll speak."
Yeah, we like English. It's easier.
Yeah.
Is she? What about your daughter? Does she speak German? Is your wife interested in her knowing German?
My daughter's fluent in German.
Is she? God bless. That's great. That's lovely to speak another language. I nearly got French, and then it went away, and it's never come back really. But yeah, to actually have that is a beautiful thing. I think good for the mind too.
Absolutely, yeah.
What do you do with your days then? I mean,
well, I'm writing a play right now.
Are you?
I've been writing a play for over 2 years now. It's about the Spanish conquest.
Not about an English person, is it? You got to
Well,
ask.
you know what, man? The theater. One of the things that bothers me about the theater is that it's very segregated. You have the white theater over here, and the Hispanic theater over here, and
Right.
the black theater over here, and the Asian theater. And I don't believe in that crap. I think we should all work together, and anybody can play any role. I remember seeing a black actor in London playing Hamlet, and he was so good. You
It was
forgot.
Adrian Lister, I bet you. Was it Adrian?
I can't remember the name.
He's so good. I bet it was his
He
performance.
also played Hotspur.
Yeah.
And he's so terrific that you just forget about it, you know. And I believe that's what theater should be. I don't believe in this segregation bullshit. So when my play is produced, I'm going to open it up, you know. So I believe in it. I believe in it. Huh?
What you're saying is there's a chance.
Yeah.
There's no white grits in this play, Dom. He's trying to there's no white grits in it.
What about a princess? I'd give you my Titania. It's bloody wonderful. So did you write every day, or do you try and write every day? Or?
I try. It's a huge subject.
Right.
You know, huge.
Do you have a title? Do you have a working title?
The Hearts of Men.
All right, nice title.
The Hearts of Men.
And it's a period piece, you say?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I can do it with 15 actors. Two Cortez being played by one actor, and Montezuma played by one actor, and then all the other actors will play several roles.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge undertaking, but I'm almost finished. I'm very, very close to being finished with it.
And
if you need people for a read, I think Tom and I would be up for that. You know, if you need to hear it out loud.
Yeah, sure. That's coming up very soon, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. And are you going to do this through the theatre company you've worked with, the East LA?
No, that was a theater company that I founded with a couple of other guys. This will be done at the LA Theater Center, the new LA Theater Center.
Fantastic.
Nice.
Yeah. At least they said they're very interested in doing it there.
That's great, mate.
I've worked with them before, so.
Well, it's been lovely chatting with you, pal. And
Talking to you guys.
I've always enjoyed you so much, Robert, and it really is. It's nice to spend some quality time with you. And
I love talking to great actors and peers that are great actors, and so I've really enjoyed it.
Thank you, mate.
We still love the theater, right? I mean, that's
we
why
love it all. I mean, I go a lot, and
actors.
it's when it's in your blood, and it's a calling. It just never goes away.
Yeah.
Pretty much some bitterness sort of grows with.
I've always believed that I'm best on stage. That's always just my take on my own.
Oh, I thought you were going to say something else then. That I'm just the best.
Oh wait, let me back.
Work with this guy.
What he really meant was on brackets.
You had to work with Dominic for 4 years. No, I agree with you, Connor. The theater was why I became an actor, and the other stuff just happened, and it pays more.
Yeah,
but it doesn't satisfy as much.
No, and I can understand, getting back briefly before we part ways, that 7 years is a long time to be on a show where you got to say that again. I don't know. It's a double-edged sword, isn't it? I mean, look, it all afforded us a house, a car that you'd never driven before. Eating out. I mean, I remember standing in Gelson's, which used to be the Mayfair Market, having got that job, standing at the produce department and thinking to myself, I'm never going to have to worry about a late fee from Video Hut ever again. True.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't. I don't. I am not sorry about the 7 years, or any of my television or film work. I do have to say that after the 3rd year on Voyager, I was like, 4 more years. I don't know if I can take it until I got the paycheck.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then.
Yeah.
That helps the burn.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the occasional good scene.
Yeah.
Yes, honestly, that goes a long way when you do get to do a good scene with another good actor.
Yeah.
And you both pat yourself, and it's 4 a.m, and you pat yourself on the back, and you've been there 12, 15 hours, and you go, we did that.
Yeah.
That's
Exactly.
professional acting. Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah.
Well, an absolute joy, mate. Wish you all the best, and we can't wait to see you in person soon.
Good to see you
Know
guys.
about the play.
What's that, Connor?
It's been a minute since.
I know. I haven't seen you at any of the conventions recently. Anyway. But
I happened to bump into Robert on the plane coming home from Vegas just now, and it was just happenstance that
oh,
we
nice.
nabbed him. Yeah. So, well, listen, all the best. Listen, let us know if you want to do a read through of the play. I'd be more than happy to come around.
Thank you. I will take you up on that. Absolutely. And when I finish the play, if you'd like to read it, I'd like to.
I would love to do that too. Yeah.
Okay.
Congratulations. I mean, it's no mean feat sitting down every day. The discipline it takes and the bravery to sit down and actually.
It's a totally different discipline, and it's long hours and not always good for the legs. But
no. No, indeed. No, nothing much is after 60 films.
Great to see you guys.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Good to see you guys.
Thanks for inviting me.
Man. Thanks for coming on. Appreciate it very much.
Cheers, pal.